Hey, it's Inside the Puzzle here today, and I'm with.
Jonathan Chow.
Nice, what'd you do today?
I played White Beer at the Play TCG regionals, online regionals, and I got fifth place.
Whoa, and you played Whitebeard?
Yeah, I got pretty lucky.
Nice, nice, nice. Uh, let's get into the deck profile.
Cool. All right. So first off, we got the aces. These are pretty standard. I would say they're really good for the Whitebeard versus Whitebeard matchup to help clear board, or the Whitebeard versus yellow matchup. Basically, like on turn three or turn four, depending on like if you're going first or second. Like if they're swinging with big guys and you can come out with these, it can clear the board. Help you get some board control. Matches, I think, is pretty basic. I know some people run four. I run three because I run the Fire Fists next. So the Thatchers are really good because you can always swing with them, even if you drop your nine drop. Um, Otherwise, like Atmos or your five drop Marco, those are 6Ks. So once you drop your nine drop Whitebeard, if you're swinging with your leader and your little guys, they'll always just swing at your little guys. So you can't even swing with them. But Thatch, you can always swing with these. So I think they're really good. And just 1K counter as usual. Then you have the Fire Fist. So I know people normally don't run these. I don't always use these. It's mostly for, I would say, clearing out either laws, like trying to slow their steamroll down, or against like Marcos. So if they have double Marco out and you have this and Otama, you can kind of go for game with this. So like Otama, then Fire Fist, the double Marcos. I think it's pretty insane because with Whitebeard, you can't do that. They can just block with the other Marco. You can only Otama one. Firefish can get rid of both of them. So I think these are great. Normally, I wouldn't use them on like Zoro because you just lose card advantage. But against Marcos, they're quite good. And people don't expect it. So if they aren't at two life and you kill one of their Marcos, they can't bring it back. Also, if even if they are less than two life and you kill the Marco, you can have your smaller guys swing at the Marco instead. So I think it's pretty good. Ezo, not much to say. Sometimes I actually just swing 5K with the Ezos, like against Yellow or Zoro. Actually, I guess not Zoro, just Yellow mostly. You would just like, if you're going first and you have three Dawn, you would do 5K with the Ezo on turn two and then 6K with your leader. Try to get some more cards out of them. Otherwise, Ezo becomes pretty useless down the line. Marcos, not much to say there. They're hella busted. This is definitely the most busted card in the set. Everyone runs them. You can't kill them, especially in Zoro decks. And most people just won't swing at them. I actually think if Zoro decks are running them, you can swing at them just to get cards out of their hand. Because if you're swinging at their life, they get a lot of card advantage. So sometimes I just swing at Marcos, try to get more events out of their hand. But yeah, like you have to run four of these in all the red decks basically. Jozu, I've never played these straight. They're just a 2K counter. You can search for them with Ezos and Whitebeard Pirates, the event card, so they're great. Marcos, I if I have more than two in hand, I'll use it for counter, but normally I try to keep two in hand because they get popped really easily by some people run Jet Pistol, and of course all the yellow cards, yellow decks run the 2K Thunderbolt or the two cost Thunderbolt. So you want to keep at least two in hand. I would say, especially with Whitebeard, you don't always have to bring it back. You can let it die sometimes because your leader's going to be at 8K a lot of times, especially late game. So like you block a big hit with it and just let it die. Because if you keep bringing it back and it's at 5K and your leader's at 8K, they're always just going to swing at the little guy.
Okay.
So yeah, Otama, 2K counter also combos extremely well with Whitebeard and Fire Fist, as I mentioned before. Atmos, I do three Atmos. I think they are. I might switch to four Atmos and two Thatch because Atmos, like turn two with four Dawn, you basically only have either Marco or Atmos. And at Marco, sometimes you don't want to play if you're not at two life because he just gets popped instantly. So a lot of times you want to play Atmos on turn two if you're going second. They're just really good value and they're same power as your leader, so it's not like other people will swing at your character is going to be better than swinging at your leader.
Okay.
Radical Beam and Guard Point, I think these are just the core of Whitebeard decks. Sometimes I just hold on to them, and then late game, if you're slow rolling, I just keep like 5 Dawn open, and a bunch of cards in hand, and I can just, even if I have no blockers out, I just I think these cards are really busted, mostly for Zoro, but also for Whitebeard. Yeah, so like you're using 1 Dawn to counter out someone's like 4 or 5 Dawn, and your leader is going to be at 6K already, so it's quite good. Whitebeard Pirates, yeah, you're just searching for whatever you need. So with Ezo and Whitebeard Pirates, I would say you, depending on the matchup you want to, and the cards you have, you want to search for things you can play early on. So for example, sometimes if I don't have an Atmos in hand, I will actually search for that and over, let's say, the blocker Marco or the popping Marco, just because I can play it on turn 2. I almost never search for aces. I'm not actually a huge fan of aces. I just think situationally they're quite good. But most times I just discard it for the blocker Marcos. And because also the other thing with ace is on turn 3, so when you have 7 or 8 Dawn, you typically want to start setting up your board for the 9-drop, which means if you have Marco, you're probably going to play that. But yeah, like again, if it's a yellow deck or a Whitebeard deck and you just need a clear board, aces are good. Yeah, again, searching for whatever you need to make your like every turn you have something good to play. Whitebeard, I actually don't always play the Whitebeards. They are pretty risky. I know it's like on turn 5 you can play it on curve, but that leaves you with no Dawn, which means basically any hit they do to your face, you have to block with a card. And yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm not a big fan of it, especially if you don't have any blocker Marcos out. So actually, a lot of the games I played, I didn't even drop the 9-drop. I just used the little guys and then put Dons on them to swing at face, and then kept the Dons open for these counter cards, event cards. And then the Machinos, I've only used for counter. I've seen a lot of people use it to like combo with Ezo to get some extra hits in. I just think it's really bad use. Mostly, yeah, I just use it for 2K counter, Jozu 2K counter, and Otama sometimes I use for combos, but mostly 2K counter as well. And then one other thing with the Marcos, the 5-drop Marcos, if you're playing against like Whitebeard or Yellow or Black, I guess, you don't really need these on the field, so you can just use them for 1K counters as well. And yeah, that's kind of how I feel has worked for me for so far for this set. Maybe the meta will change a bit. And today I played I played Kuro, I played Rob Lucci, Zoro's, Whitebeard, Smoker, a pretty like wide variety of people and not just like Zoro's and Whitebeards. And I feel like this deck kind of covers all the holes, especially with Fire Fist, which a lot of people don't run. So yeah, that's about it.
So, backtracking to your earlier statement where you said 5-drop Marco that you don't need it so much in like the black matchup. Um, why exactly? Like what's the oversell here?
You can't really pop anything because they only run all their blockers are either the 3 for 3K unpoppable or Borsalino. So, and like at the end of the day, the only thing you can pop is the Searcher, which doesn't really do anything. I would rather, if you have 5 Dawn, I would rather either drop an Atmos and swing 7 at face with leader, or like play the 4-drop Marco and swing face, or you can just like swing face and leave 2 Dawn open, swing face with leader for 9, and then leave 2 Dawn open for the counter events.
Oh, okay. Well, this looks this list looks really super clean and solid. Congrats again on your it was fifth place, right?
Yep.
Yeah, congrats on your fifth place finish. Hopefully next event you're gonna get first.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
All right, man. Quick question: did you hear about the Davy Bag Duels free PS5 tournament?
I do not know what that is.
Whoa. I'll get more into detail into this after this, but it's a free PS5 online webcam tournament at the end of the month.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. I'll send you the information.
Thank you so much.
No problem, man.